Hello, hello. I've arrived. Artist, archivist, future man, and tonight, interdimensional chef. You can call me Tiberius Vanderfield. Hello, hello. Yes, so, Arknights. Yes, we will be continuing that today. Once again, tomorrow we are looking at starting Atelier Yumia. I did want to double check something. Real quick. But yes, anyway, one way or the other, almost certainly it should continue, but I will need to double check some things. I'm going to see about doing that while I do my intro here. So yes, other than that, so yes, Friday and Saturday, you'll be streaming as well. So yes, I think probably we are going to clear the event before the start of next week, perhaps, I should say. But yes, I don't know if I want to necessarily commit to saying that we will do it before the end of this week, but it's very possible. But, of course, we do have the final boss stage coming up on the horizon, and we've had a good deal of trouble with this one, so we shall see. Yes. So, other than that, though, so yes. So, one way or the other, whatever it may be, the Wednesday stream, yes, okay. Yes, the Wednesday stream is today. Whoops. Yes, the Thursday stream should be Atelier Yumia. The Friday and Saturday stream should be Arknights. Thursday and Friday should be at roughly 9:30 p.m. Central Time. And then the Saturday stream should be around 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Okay, there we go. Yes, so that should be basically all that needs to be said. So, why not get into the game? Here we are. Yes, so, I did do a little bit of research. Into this latest stage, DT7, because we've been having a lot of trouble with the berry metal crabs. Yes, these fellows right here. As you can see, you don't necessarily need to be an expert in Arknights to be able to look at a defense rating of S+ and a resistance rating of SS and assume that that is fairly high. Indeed they are. Oh, we don't have game audio. Why might that be? Alright, 1 second. Okay, here we go. Alright, that should be fixed. Curious, I thought I double-checked that previously, but oh well. Anyway, so, the berry metal crab has very high defenses and very high resistance, making it so it's very difficult to damage by any conventional means. There are, of course, however, unconventional means that you can do damage to through this creature and others of its ilk. But the problem is I don't really have any resources invested in any such characters, nor do I have them for the most part. I have and have access to some characters who are able to bypass these resistances to a certain extent, but only to a very limited extent. So yeah, so beyond that, we've had a lot of issue with the bomb tails, which, you know, they are an issue that we have faced before. They just do very high, a single instance of extremely high damage to a target and everyone in the surrounding areas. So yes, it's been troublesome to deal with them, but it's not been as troublesome, I thought, as the crabs. Yeah, also in my research, I discovered some things that I was a little bit wrong about. You see, the berry metal crabs, I had thought that when you defeated them, that they would drop a special type of food item you can add to the cooking pot. Yes, if we look at the items here. By the way, I found out how to get this in the previous stage. I might talk about it a bit later. But yes, shouldn't be relevant though. Anyway, so, roast berries here. These give max HP to your operators, which I thought was very useful. and indeed it should be. But I had assumed that in order to get the roast berries, you needed to defeat the berry metal crabs, because last time I saw it happen was at a time when I had thought that I had beaten a berry metal crab, and whether or not I actually did, which is not necessarily guaranteed, though I imagine it's pretty likely. But yes, I had seen a berry metal crab get defeated, and then I saw a roast berry in our inventory. But that is not how you get it. Instead, the how to obtain section explains exactly how to obtain it. But yes, so you need to have a shiny berry get blasted with a drone with a bomb, or burned by a heat pump passage. But yes, so at some point, some drone hit a berry with a bomb, and that is what produced the roast berry. So yes, there are certainly no shortage of drones or bombs. So we could make this happen if we wanted to, but I had been under the misconception that it had something to do with beating the berry metal crabs, which is simply not true. Anyway, so beyond that, I also looked into some other strategies, because again, I wanted to see if there was a way that I could do this without having to acquire and then level up an entirely new character with an entirely new set of abilities and features that I am completely unaware of, and all of the resulting headache from that. And indeed, it does seem to be pretty doable. But yeah, I was kind of on the right track, you see, from using, or planning to use, rather, Gravel to block some of the, or block is maybe a little bit generous, to withstand some of the bombs from the bomb tails. But yes, that and the use of other defenders to draw their ire was a major factor in the strategy that I saw, and so it's probably something that we will make use of in this. But yes, again, we shall see exactly how it goes. But yeah, the main thing that we had been losing to, however, previously was drones getting past us, because we simply didn't have enough firepower concentrated on them. But yes, between Cruz and Glaucus, and we don't necessarily need to use them specifically, but between the two of them, we should have pretty ample opportunities for damage. But yes, so, other than that, I'm not going exactly with what I saw, or I'm not completely replicating the strategy. I don't feel the need to play completely to it. I like to take inspiration and then try to figure things out with the pieces that are available to me. One thing that I am going to do, though, is I'm going to take Thlopsis and I'm going to exchange her for Perfumer. Yes, honestly, Perfumer was probably a better choice for this event overall, due to her ability to ameliorate the steady health loss.
With pleasure.
But yes, Thlopsis is still probably pretty good. I still haven't double-checked whether or not she is able to give Marcial a bonus to the amount of MP that she has. But again, I don't have any reason to believe that it wouldn't work, because I am led to believe that other sources of SP increasing do work on Marcial. Anyway, so, beyond that, yeah, so the main crux of this, the main idea, the main takeaway, is that we want to focus more on blocking the metal crabs. Yeah, blocking the metal crabs and taking out the drones. And then we want to, of course, make sure that we are getting the bomb tails to deploy their bombs before they get to a part of our defenses that is fairly sensitive. So yes, to that effect, we're also going to replace Honeyberry. Yes, I don't know that the operator that we use for this necessarily matters too much, but I think I'm going to go with Gummy. He feels like a safe option. Yes, Gummy is one of the ones that I saw used in the video. Other than that, though, I don't think I'm going to change anything immediately unless I feel that it is strictly necessary. But yes. One thing, I do want to double check exactly how Thresher works. So yeah, so each attack deals additional arts damage to the target equal to 25% of its defense. So, let's see how much defense a Berry Metal Crab has. It's a lot, but Berry Metal Crabs have... Yes, a Berry Metal Crab has 4,000 defense. So that is 1,000 additional damage. Then that is reduced by the resistance down to, their 90% resistance down to 100 damage per hit. Which is not a lot, but it's not nothing either. Yeah, it's certainly... I mean, it's definitely more than doubling the amount of damage that her attack does normally. Because 1,000 damage is more than double her attack. Or not more than double her attack, just less than double her attack. Yes, because her attack is 527. Yes, I don't know... Now that I think about it, I don't know if attacks deal damage exactly equal to an operator's attack stat. Of course, attacks are pretty much always going to be modified by defense and resistance and all that otherwise, but worth considering. I do think that it is. It should be that way, from what I recall. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, so, Abe is still probably our best choice for Berry Metal Crab related DPS, so we're not going to swap her out. Marciel's also a pretty decent choice, just due to the fact that she can attack multiple times, or not multiple times, she can attack a lot faster, and of course being able to attack multiple targets at once is also going to be good. But, again, in the strategy that I saw, they didn't really put any priority on taking out the Berry Metal Crabs in a particularly fast manner. That didn't really seem to be anything that they cared about. But yes, just as long as they all get defeated before the end of the mission, and before they can get through your defenses. Which, given that they have pretty relatively low attack, shouldn't be a huge deal. We shall see, but it shouldn't be the worst thing in the world, at the very least. So yes, so, beyond that, again, I don't think that there's any other specific modifications that I would like to make at this point. I think we're going to continue with more or less the strategy that I'd been working on, again, with some modifications. So yes, I'm not going to swap out the Dungeon Meshi 4, for instance. At least, not right away. Yes, so it's definitely a shortcoming of mine that I tend to not pay that much attention to enemy deployment. I think, right, I remember that the sniper was deployed like so, initially. I don't believe they used crews for this. I don't remember who they used, honestly. This might have been something of a mistake. We shall see, I suppose, but... I think, yeah. Okay, I think if I don't have...
So this is a battlefield.
Right. So, the issue here, of course, is that I didn't have a... I'm not exactly replicating the video. I only watched it once yesterday anyhow, so... So now we're having a fairly substantial issue with survivability. We can possibly reduce that problem somewhat, like so. But this definitely isn't an optimal setup, I don't think. This might not be very good either. Yeah, I definitely think we should have moved Fire Whistle forward. we are getting food. We are getting food at the very least, but we are also having some problems.
Yes?
And of course, if we're just going to use her for her passive healing, or at least primarily for her passive healing, then switching... Yeah, switching,
Feeling of standing on dry land.
Perfumer, that's her name. Switching her over to her other skill probably would have been ideal.
Anyone hungry?
Yeah, so definitely we're not quite playing this ideally. Because yeah, we are also supposed to have a defender down here. Hopefully Laios can help somewhat. But I feel like he's actually going to be more of a detriment at this point. Because yes, we definitely... Yeah, we have not gathered basically any food at this point. Yeah. I don't think it's really worth continuing this as we were. I do have to say, I'm not the biggest fan of that voice line from Marcial. It's a bit sharp. So yes. So, I think probably... One thought is that what do we want to do with our initial like operator? Yeah. I feel like the spot that we put Glaucus on is probably the best place we could put Glaucus. But that won't matter very much if we can't... Yeah, putting Glaucus there won't matter that much unless we are able to get the food. Because if we don't get the food, we don't survive, basically. Such is the way of nature.
Standing on dry land.
Yes, possibly facing her forward or upwards could have also been beneficial. Something like this might be good. But I do remember they did have a sniper facing rightwards to take out that initial drone on the strategy that I had seen as well. So yes, I don't remember what they were doing. Oh right, so for these slugs, they did have another operator within range to deal extra damage to them. Alright, so Croissant is not necessarily the most ideal... That was an odd bit of slowdown. Isn't necessarily the most ideal option. But she's not a terrible one either, by any means. I think Counter EMP could be good here. Because that will allow us to cook some more slugs. And yes, we're doing better for food, but we're still not doing very good for slugs. Yes, extra damage from Fire Whistle will probably benefit us to a certain extent. But it won't benefit us that much, and especially not if Chilchuck is going to start getting hit.
Come on, chin up.
So. Yes, we need that metal crab dealt with essentially immediately. Because anything short of immediately will massively compromise our defense. Alright, so I think I've made a mistake in our deployment order here. Okay, and we have also definitely... Okay, so we definitely need to improve upon this quite a bit. But yes, we need to get more food faster so that we can get the engine going, basically. Because Because yes, the defense or the HP that we're losing over time is just untenable. But yes, we cannot abide this. So yes. So
I won't sleep on the job.
if it comes to that, I might go back and review and get a better idea of what I'm exactly aiming for.
Take
No. Okay, that's not enough. Would? No, I don't think that would benefit us either.
Standing on dry land.
Yes, a little bit of extra DPS wasn't quite enough in that instance. But I do think that we should have enough to take out this berry slug. And if we can take out the berry slug, then that will save us a lot of trouble. Yes. It looks like... Maybe. Okay, we just need one more shot and we got it. So, now is another question.
Here we are.
Would we get the berry if we were to do something like this? Yes, okay.
There you are.
Yes, so that isn't going to start cooking just yet.
I won't be afraid.
Again, we need to switch her back to her other skill. Not back to her other skill because we weren't using it in the first place, but we need to switch her to her other skill, rather. Because Chilchuck will not survive like this. We are not ready to cook just yet.
Fully charged and ready to maximum output. Here I am.
Yes. I don't know that Fire Whistle's a good choice for this. But
There you are.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. The situation has occurred. Yeah, I think we need more damage if we want any of this to work out even remotely. This is not a great place to put Kaebe, I'm realizing. Because she's going to hit that slug and stun herself. And then we're going to lose out on the DPS advantage.
Maximum output.
Yes. We desperately need to make sure that that cooking is happening. So yes, no two ways about it.
I'm ready to fight. There you
So yes, this slug should go down. That will give us... Oh no. Oh dear.
Loud and clear.
Alright, I don't know that Gravel's a good choice in this situation, but she's a choice. And we need to keep the cook pot going. So... Alright.
My fragrance revive your life.
Yes, Gummy's not going to survive much longer, but she doesn't necessarily need to.
Homework only. Here I am. Time to fall.
Alright, we should be... Alright, we aren't quite out of the woods just yet. But... we can... Oh, well, I was going to say we can afford to have Chilchuck explode, but it looks like that's not necessary. So we're hungry again, which is not great, but it's also not the worst thing in the world.
This one's for you.
So yeah, that being said, we are probably... Well, we might not fail. We probably aren't going to fail outright. We're not going to succeed, I don't think, but I don't think we're going to... No, we are going to fail, actually, because the enemies are getting past. Yeah, the enemies are getting past. Oh, dear. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. Bad positioning on Perfumer. Yeah, we need to deface her upward. Using her other skill would have been better as well. But yeah, we needed to deface her upward. Yeah, I was expecting, or I was trying to block right above here, because that's what I saw in the video. But, yeah, with how things shook out, that simply, it wasn't feasible.
With pleasure.
But yes. So, switching her over to her other skill. Other than that, though, that was a very good attempt. But yes, I think if we're going to deploy Glaucus and Cruz in that situation, their rough positions, probably Glaucus first would be more ideal. But yes, I don't know if Glaucus quite has the power necessary to kill a slug entirely on her own.
I'll come with you.
But I also don't know that she doesn't, so.
Landed, safe and sound.
But yes, we shall see. And at any rate, even if she doesn't, we don't necessarily need her to strictly. Okay. But yes, we can afford to spend some time before we get there. Or we can afford to let some slugs get past us. Because yes, the smaller slugs are not going to be the factor that decides whether we win or lose here, I don't think.
I won't be afraid.
I almost wonder if maybe placing Perfumer slightly forward would be more effective. Okay, here we go. Alright, I think one small optimization that we can get would be to do something like this. Then we can retreat her, and we can add a roast berry to the pot. That being said, I don't know how much these add to the pot specifically. It's not a tremendous amount, evidently, but it's not terrible either.
Let's take it slow.
Okay, let's use this just to make sure that we get a little bit more food. Because yes, again, the sooner we can start cooking, the better. We should have deployed a little bit earlier than this, but this will be fine.
There you are.
Yes, I honestly think Senshi... When... Placing Gummy forward and Senshi... Okay, hold on. Croissant, Miracle Field. Okay, so, if we put Croissant in the middle of Senshi and... Yeah, if we put Croissant in the middle of Senshi and Gummy, she could potentially protect both of them, thus reducing the issue of bombs even more. But yes, Kabe is liable to get exploded in some circumstances here, but she's not going to get exploded a lot. And she didn't get exploded at all there, or well, she didn't get slugged there. She's not going to take out that slug though, which is a little bit unfortunate. Yes. Swapping out Chill Chuck for Fire Whistle could be good. I don't know that it's... Oh dear. I don't know that it's necessary per se. But one thing that I do definitely think is necessary is deploying Gravel. I didn't quite get what I had wanted out of that, but it wasn't too bad. Gravel can explode a little bit as a treat. Otherwise, these drones are going to be dealt with pretty easily, I think. We don't want Kabe to get exploded if we can avoid it. She's not strictly crucial, but I'd rather she not get exploded twice. So, instead we're going to have Laios get exploded. Twice, maybe more. We did let a drone get through, but we can do a lot of damage to them pretty quickly here. I'm not quite sure why they're getting through when they weren't previously. Maybe it's just a issue. Something to do with deployment order or something like that. Or just the sheer volume of enemies we have here. Yeah, not quite enough DPS out of crews there, I think, is part of the issue.
Did I mess up again?
You did very well. That's it. So, very good, very good. We ran into a completely different problem from last time, so that was interesting. Did I... I wonder if Chilchuck was just in the wrong place at the wrong time or something. Or rather, not in the right place. Because Chilchuck should be able to attack flying enemies. Yeah, he uses ranged attacks. So it's possible we had him on the field and he was doing some range damage at some point in the previous attempt. So yes. So, Cruz's DPS has failed us a little bit. Granted, we probably could have gotten a lot better out of Glaucus as well. Yes, if we had deployed counter EMP at the right time. I honestly think binary reload could be more useful in this case.
Everyone, remember your grounding measures.
Because yes, being able to take them all out at once is good, but being able to attack more than one at a time would also be good, and possibly is going to be better. So yes, Cruz is fine. I don't think that we need to swap her out specifically for anyone else. Yeah, wait, where did we have Senshi? Because he does have various buffs from a meal for one. Yeah, I wonder if where we put Senshi also had some impact on that. Otherwise, not having Fire Whistle out at all possibly made it so that there were more enemies when there shouldn't have been, essentially. Other than that, though, I think we're pretty solid. We've definitely got a team that can win this. We've got a team that can win this, and we've got a strategy that needs just a little bit more refinement before it can win this. Yes, so Cruz again might not necessarily be the most ideal choice for this situation, but she should be fine. Yes. I put Chilchuck out very early previously. I don't know that that's necessarily optimal. We might not really need Chilchuck even. Yes, or at least we might not need the DP that he generates. Yes, other things could just be more important, essentially. Yes, we are, in fact, cooking with this team, though. Actually, I wonder...
You called for me?
I wonder if facing Glaucus upwards would be more effective. So that would allow her to attack the berry slugs. And it would give her the opportunity to attack the bombtails earlier into their movement, which could have notable benefits for us. Very interesting to think about. Yes, anyway, so, Senshi... Oh, dear. I just realized how close Cruz is to death. Not great. Anyway. Yes, Gravel's going to die, so we should probably swap her out. I don't think we need... Or rather, I don't think we're going to lose anything by using binary reload this early. And in fact, we are gaining. We need to cook. I wasn't paying attention to the cook pot. So... I'm going to try out this, like I said. And I'm going to try out Croissant, like so. And we're going to try out more berries. So yes, again, switching Chill Chuck out for Fire Whistle will have significant... It'll have significant implications for our berry slug berry acquisition. But Fire Whistle is more than capable of it on her own, it seems like, so we don't need to worry. So yes, so this should be us more or less in the clear, and we can worry about using Kayabe once we're at a point in the mission where it would be more... This adds 20. This doesn't say. It might not add any, actually. Yeah, our heavy defense setup here is probably going to be pretty good. Honestly, gravel might not even be necessary for this. I'm going to deploy her anyway because I'm a little bit afraid. But again, this might just not be necessary at all. Yes, Galactus is dealing with the drones quite well. Gravel exploded, but we expected that and we're not concerned about it. One or two bomb tails can get through and launch a bomb, and it's not a problem. Okay, that one just barely got through. Oh, hold on. Another thing that I hadn't considered is without the cook pot going, we have significantly less attack. Okay, that's probably also a major factor. We are going to win this, I'm confident, but that's probably another thing that that's another thing that I hadn't considered. Alright. So, with this, we're definitely in a winning position, and we don't need to worry about this anymore. I'm confident. Let's see, does this... Okay, it does add to the pot. It does add to the pot. Alright. Not bad. We could do better, though. And I think I will do better. I will make the effort. I think we would gain from having her use her skill again, honestly. Yeah, increasing the DPS would be pretty good. Yeah. So yes, we should be, again, in a winning position. We are going to take a fairly large amount of damage if the food runs out. But I think we should defeat our enemies before we completely run out of food. And even if we don't, it's not the worst thing in the world, because we've got a lot of healing concentrated in our defensive position. So yeah, which will run out first? My patience, it seems, is the first thing to run out, but... Okay. So yes, we did start starving, but we've got enough healing that it was a non-issue. Okay. Oops. Yeah. Keep leaving my water bottle on the floor. I need to stop doing that. Is it over? Did we manage to take care of them all? I'm beat. Not bad, girly. You got a few tricks up your sleeve. I sure am a big fan of casters. Oh, good. They aren't at fisticuffs any longer. Good. Good, as long as everyone's fine. Come on, let's go. I'm in a good mood today. You can have a taste of some of my corn. Boss, you... Wait. Corn? The laughter dies on the pioneer's lips as he raises his weapon at the team of 4. Guess he remembered. Here I was thinking we could bury the hatchet. Marcia raises her staff, strands of her hair rippling with magic. What? Are we back at this already? Really? You were all battle buddies earlier. Surely that's got to count for something, right? Let's not go for magic right away, Marcial. We're all tired out from dealing with those things. There's no benefit in starting up another fight. We'll count down from 3. Lower our weapons, go back the way we came, and agree not to bother each other for the night. How about that? Well, it seems that that is not the strategy that we're employing immediately. How about that? Look, this guy's plenty sincere, all right? He's still offering after he got a bomb chucked at him. Why not think his offer over? Our boys are tuckered out too, boss. I don't think fighting will do us any good neither. Fine, we'll get out of each other's hair for the night. Start counting. Oh, yes, good. 3, 2, 1. Great. Sleep soundly tonight. Marcial? Marcial? Huh? What happened? Nothing. We were thinking of going to examine the bodies of those monsters earlier, and while we're at it... Huh? Well, they look like crabs to me, so they might taste just like mimics. The chewiness of mimics. The more you chew, the better the flavor gets. Just don't use my lockpicks to scoop the meat out again. They've got just the right shape for it. Bob's Gourmet Guide says they're edible. Apparently they're delicious, so as long as you can get through the shell. Don't you want to have a taste? Absolutely not. Besides, if those villagers think we're sneaking back onto the battlefield for an ambush, we might get into another fight. Those magic items flying all over the place were a pain to deal with, and there's still plenty of them out there. Not to mention, I'm still tired as... Huh? Hmm? Munch? Huh? Huh? The pioneers freeze in the middle of stuffing gloom pincer legs into their mouths. The only sound breaking the awkward silence is the crackling of the bonfire. The sparks click and plack amidst the flames. Pincers and limbs are stuffed full of flesh. No wonder they can support such heavy shells, as well as crush those magic items. So, you cut them open from the belly, then pull back their shell. I see now. Looks like you prepare these things the same way you do mimics. Then... Oh... That smells amazing. Want to try some? Another spectacular Laios expression. For those of you who have been watching the VODs, I hope that you've appreciated the Laios face as much as I have appreciated the Laios face. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go to my YouTube channel. Laios accepts the roasted meat, hesitates for a moment, and then stuffs it into his mouth. Mmm. It's delicious! It's all in the technique. Oh. Want a taste? It really is chewy. And delicious, too. Here, you guys have some as well. Huh? For me? Thanks. Roast it just right so it hasn't lost any moisture. It even tastes just like Mimic. Alright, just eat already. Keep your lips shut once you're done. I've got a reputation to keep. Not a word about tonight, you hear? How is it you can be at each other's throats during the day, but be eating roast bloom pincers together at night? Guess there wasn't any need for me to rush over. Just going for a midnight tinkle, don't mind me. Gosh darn it. Come over here. You've given us meds and I never forget a debt. I'll let you guys off this time. No, I can't. My barn. Why'd you guys blow up my barn? We didn't. It was your magic items that attacked us. We had to counter their magic in self-defense. magic items. Me and my drones, they went nuts, weren't listening to me. Huh? But you still came out and attacked us. Because you were going to steal our crops. You thought we were... What? Alright, I've heard enough. I get what happened now. This was all one big misunderstanding. Your drones went amok and bombed them by accident, then they thought you were attacking them. Then you thought they were trying to take your stuff using the catastrophe as cover. One big misunderstanding. So, how about we all shake hands and let bygones be bygones? No. Forget it. I'm frozen stiff. How about we take care of them first? Drone relays busted. Took a couple of courses on equipment maintenance. Let me see if there's a way to fix it. Gah, anyone understand Originium circuits enough to come help me out? Everyone else, handle the drones, get them to use up their bombs. I can't get anything done while I'm getting pelted by them. Go on then, we'll draw them away. Y'all work quick, you hear? I do love this backdrop with just the unexplained CRT television in the background. Ah! Only thing I can do is help them remove the cover of this drone relay quicker. Marcel, do you seriously have no way to handle these things? We can't ask Senshi to boil them all. You need to give me time to learn a whole new system of magic. New more magic items flying over. Their flight speeds follow a pattern, and so do their patrol routes. Each one carries a single bomb. Seems like they fly away as soon as they drop it. Are they returning to their nests to replenish their stock? Can't think of anything on such short notice. I've got a plan. What is it? You think those items use some magic or other way to know who's an enemy? Well, they're not monsters, they don't have eyes, but since they can only throw a bomb once, they must have some way to tell friend from foe. Right, lad. I noticed earlier that they didn't pay attention to a dead gloom pincer. But then I saw a live one walk into one's range by accident. At first, no response, just like the dead one. But the moment the gloom pincer raised its pincers, it got a bomb thrown at it. So, they detect hostility. The moment they sense it, they attack? Oh, I've got a way to make them use up their bombs then. What is it? I'll use a familiar to act as bait. A familiar? Nothing too complex, I just need something full of hostility. I can use the gloom pincers from earlier. Get me some fruit from the forest to add in, to add in as well. Just pile them up while I think of what I want to make it look like. Whoa. Why are you cutting your hair all of a sudden? Hair's full of magical power. It's a good resource to have on hand. Put flour, sugar, and some butter in the pot. Now I just need a reference from real life. Why are you looking at me like that? Ah, I know what I want to use as the model. Incants. Excellent. Is it done? What's it look like? Let me see. Perfection. Hey, isn't that me? Alright, time for a test run. Left leg, left leg, right leg. Moves feet to match Marciel's movements. Okay, now run. Good. Let's get going. Ah! Have you repaired it yet? We're on our last legs here. Don't worry, you'll be fine. With a cheer, the pioneers turn their heads, but all they see is a strange figure running towards them at full speed, shouting in a stiff voice they don't recognize. They have faced bloodthirsty wild beasts, survived catastrophes big and small, and been pelted by barrages of bombs from dozens of drones, but the sight is still enough to make the pioneers tremble in fear. A man down on all fours, his tongue rolling from his slobbering maw, his eyes bulging, screech as he crawls towards them at full speed. Left leg, right leg, left leg, right leg. Ugh. Why did I make it move that way? Ah! Run for it! Just get back as fast as you can. I'll distract the magic items. Don't stop here. Head back to... where'd everyone go? The items must have noticed us. I just need to lead them somewhere far from everyone else, then get them to throw all their bombs at the familiar. This area is quite flat, so it should be fine. Ah, I nearly forgot. They're not going to wait for my command to start attacking. They've already begun. No good. Still too close. I'll get hit too. I need to find somewhere a bit further away. It's working. Marcille got the drones to head over there. Now they just need to use up all their bombs. She's amazing. Your magic sure is weird. Great. They're way more persistent than I expected. Wait, that noise? They're about to fire? This place, would here be alright? Are we far enough? Okay, I'm going to get out of here. It's all up to you, who now, Familios. I'm releasing control over to you. Very good. Hey, I see her running out into the open. The drones are going to drop bombs. Hooray! She's done it! That girlie sure is something. I always said I was a big fan of casters. Yeah, Marcille's amazing. Wait, I just remembered something. Isn't that where the cornfields are? What? I think you might be right. Hey, wait, my cornfields! They're about to fire. I'll hide here. Whoa! Explosions resound all around her, as expected. But they are joined by the sweet scent of corn wafting through the air. Marcille raises her head, like time itself has slowed, to the point she can see every kernel fly through... Oh. Okay, Yeah, I'm not seeing any game audio. I thought that something went wrong on my end, but I think that or something went wrong in my monitoring, but I think we might just not have audio right now. Anyway, Marcille raises her head. It's like time itself has slowed, to the point she can see every kernel fly through the sky, popping into fragrant popcorn of purest white under the bombardment. The popcorn falls, floats, flutters like snow, landing on the tip of her nose. Marcille shudders at what she has done. Uh-huh. Okay, there we go. Before she can do anything else, she is buried in an avalanche of fluffy white popcorn. This is... popcorn! I'm super strong. Even the 99 pieces of popcorn in front of me, I can eat them all. Yeah, bam, pow! Mount Popcorn, here I come. Marcille! Marcille? Marcille, where are you? Can you hear us? Oh no, we can't resurrect Marcille here. Munch, munch, munch. That sounds familiar. That's the sound of Kay eating. Munch, munch, munch. Oh, Mr. Beard, it's you guys. Why are you here, lass? I smelled something really tasty, so I ran over. Come on, Mr. Beard, Mr. Short, Mr. Blonde. There's so much popcorn and frozen fruit to try. Munch, munch, munch. Oh, yeah, munch, munch, munch. You're here too, Miss Blondie. Don't eat my hair. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Marcel, you're alive. Just buried, not bombed. Wow, this sticky stuff smells great. It's all frozen. Real different from the popcorn. Sure is. Want to try some? Munch, munch, munch. So frosty and sweet. Yummy. Oh, thank heavens. I'm glad you're all right. Okay? Huh? Oh, I remember you. You were the one who came hunting with me. Did you get anything? I got lots of stuff, but I ate it all. You... Never mind. The guys before me were right. As long as I find you, it's mission complete. Hey, wait. What are you eating? Spit that out. Munch, munch, munch. Don't just eat stuff off the ground. Come on, spit it out already. Munch, munch, munch. Gulp. Don't worry, she's just eating popcorn. Heavens to Betsy, what the doggone disaster. That corn was going to go to market. Boss, don't say that. You're a peril yourself. How am I supposed to sell any of this after it's been a wreck like this? I mean, you can sell popcorn. There's definitely people willing to buy it out by the tents. Throw in some butter and sugar, warm it up a bit while giving it a stir. Good, the smell's coming through. Not bad for a snack. Pound the frozen fruit, stir in some batter from the familiar, shape it for presentation's sake, and you've got ice cream. There you have it, a sweet treat. I guess this popcorn's good enough to sell. Not like I got much choice now. I'll have a bite then. Excellent. Drone afternoon tea. Drone... Bombtail drone pop popcorn. Yeah, we didn't encounter any of the freeze drones, which I'm glad about, honestly. We've had enough trouble dealing with bombtails. I don't want advanced bombtails. Not yet recovered? Just breathed in a bit too much corn smell all at once. Really delicious, though. The popcorn's warm and buttery, sweet and crisp. The ice cream's amazing, too. Fruit's so fresh and with such a smooth texture. Best of all, no monster meat. Lucky me. Glad that's all done and dusted. Yummy, yummy ice cream. You sure know how to make people worry, kid. Hey, I'll be taking her home now. You guys don't start fighting once I'm gone, alright? Yeah, I know. Ryan helps up Keobe, fast asleep on the ground after eating her fill, and takes her to the nearby vehicle. Its engine roars to life and putters away into the distance. Where's Kay gone? You mean that other girlie? Ryan's taking her home. Ryan? Why? Sounded like he was on some sort of mission for Rhodes Island. Wait, did you say Rhodes Island? Ryan's from Rhodes Island? Yeah? Why? What's got you in such a tizzy? Laios! Does that mean it's close by? Yeah, they're stopped a few kilometers away. Kilometers. Ryan just left. If we start running now, we can catch up. Let's go then. We can't afford to lose their trail again. Right. Huh? What are they on about?
We won, and that's what matters. It's a good thing.
Indeed. But yes. Definitely could have taken that better. We were just shy of a perfect clear there. But we won't worry about that right now. Instead, we will worry about this. Alright, our final challenge. For now, at least. Sit. So, not quite sure what to make of this. We're going to be facing quite a few foes. I imagine we're probably going to see a reprise of at least some of the creatures we encountered previously. Apparently Keibe is just there. So that probably means that we can't... It doesn't necessarily mean that we can't have Keibe in our team, apparently. Yes. One way or the other, though. That's an interesting silhouette in front of the moon there. But anyway, one way or the other, though. Where was I going with that? I'm not sure. Anyway. We fight. Yes. Nothing really to be done before the end of this, or before we get into it. But yeah. I definitely think... I mean, ideally I'd like to go back and get a 3-star on all of these. Because we've never really had any that I don't think we could have very easily gotten a 3-star on. With just one or two more attempts. But, again, I don't want to use up too much time here. Especially because we are very close to the end. And the more information we can gain on the final level, the more we can... yes, the more information we can gain on the final level, the more quickly we can clear it. And then we can focus on mopping up the rest of this. But yes, that being said, I think it's about time that we leveled up our delicious in-dungeon... I was going to say duo there. Not quite accurate. I don't know what the term would be for a group of 4. I don't think there's an alliterative term, at the very least. But yes. One way or the other, though, we can give them all a little bit more power. But yes, I don't know that it's necessarily going to be the end-all be-all. And there is a part of me that that wants to get Marcial at least promoted again so that we can see her final skill and her final talent. But I don't think I'm going to focus too hard on that. Yes, and then, finally, Senshi. We could also improve their skills somewhat, I think, but... we will refrain from making any additional adjustments until after we've gotten an idea of what we want. But yes. So, I imagine we probably don't need such a defender-heavy team at this point, but, again, I don't know what we need until we need it. But if we do make some changes, then we might not need to put in too many additional attempts. So, if we're going to be facing more creatures that can inflict nervous impairment on us, then we might want Honeyberry. The nice wide range on her is also good just for its own sake. But yes, I don't know that Glaucus will be necessary. I don't know that she won't be necessary. But unless I see drones, I don't think I'm going to put in drone-specific countermeasures. So if we're going to use a slow operator, and we might as well, you know, let's put in Earth Spirit. Yes, Gravel is fine. Nothing really to say about her. So yeah. Again, there's just too many unknowns for me to really build the team. The best I can do is get a pretty decent all-around idea. Let's review all the information we have on Rhodes Island so far. First, both Big Bob and the High Priest thought they could help us. Second, Kay said there's someone called the Doctor who can definitely solve our problem. And lastly, it seems that we're finally getting closer to their ship. I just hope they really do have a way of solving this. Hey, guys, look! And indeed, that is the land ship. The three head over to the cliff's edge at Chilchuck's cry. It is then they realize why there was a tinge of worry in his voice. They see a giant, colossal ship. It sails across the land, a vessel much larger than any seafaring ship they have seen before. A massive construct of steel, a city, a dungeon. This is it, Rhodes Island. My word, a ship that sails on land. Can we really find a way home there? I think we've got another problem to deal with first. How are we going to get on board? Can't see any entrances, even from here. Look, I think there's some people approaching the ship. Looks like a caravan to me. Caravan, huh? Why don't we go talk to them and see if they can bring us aboard? We're back. Good work out there. No problem. Oh, right, we just ran into a party of 4 looking for help. They're dressed real funny. Said they know Kayabe and were hoping Rhodes Island could help them go home. Go home? More or less, from what I understand. Would you mind leading the way for them? I'll go talk with field operations. Hello? You came to us for aid. You must be looking for the doctor or Amia, right? Kay did mention a doctor, so they're probably who we're looking for? Could you set up a meeting for us? I have to check your identities first. If you could just follow me. Whoa, really sorry. Dropped my things. Bob's Gourmet Guide? You know Big Bob? Sure do. He cooked us the first meal we had here. Aye, anyone who can make such a delicious meal out of such hard bugs is admirable in my eyes. I see. So you're the friends he mentioned. Oh? I'm Mudrock. Big Bob told me about you. At the time, he had just decided to leave the mercenary life behind, but had no idea whether starting a farm would be viable. Farms in the wilderness are often targeted by bandits and looters. He didn't have many business connections, and he wasn't sure if the beer he brewed was any good. But the joy in your faces who ate his cooking gave him confidence. I never realized he was in such dire straits. Is he alright nowadays? Oh no, we haven't met in a long while. All I've heard is that his Originium Slug beer factory is doing well and making a profit. Seems he's got it made. Good, good. But I also heard he broke some local laws in the process, some kind of tax issue. He was sent to jail. Huh? Jail? Are you sure he's still alright? The most recent news I heard was that he either broke out or made bail. Either way, he's fine. I guess that's good? Jailbreak, huh? I've also heard that he set up a grocery store in Sami. Business is good there, apparently. Oh. He knows how to persevere, at least. Anyway, come with me. We'll head up in the elevator. Elevator? You mean this iron box? How do you use it? Looks like another magic item to me. Go on inside. We're heading to the first floor. Wait a moment, though. I need to get up. Where did they go? Why is everything all different now? Where are we? What just happened? The place is looking more and more like a dungeon by the second. As I have foreseen. Hey, aren't you the Cyclops from Sammy? The Cyclops? How do you know? Wait, if you're here, that means you saw something, right? Indeed. And what do you see? On your road ahead, there will be flames, a great shock, and a fearsome beast. You know where Kayabe or the doctor are? Kayabe has just returned. You should be at the training room now, which is that way. As for the doctor, please forgive me for not being able to tell you anything at the moment. Thanks. So, where should we go first? I don't think Mudrock will find us anytime soon. This is the training room the lady from earlier told us about. Doesn't seem like there's anyone here. Some great big strange thing over there. What are you lot doing here with that gormless look on your faces? Huh? High Priest? Have you seen Kaobe, High Priest? He was here a moment ago, but ran off somewhere. You guys looking for her? Yeah. Don't just stand there then. Get your butts over here and sit in this machine. Huh? Sure, okay. High Priest, did you happen to see some lost visitors? We heard that they were spotted around here. What? No, I haven't. We're about to run an impact safety test on this new model of Big Ugly. I suggest you stand back a bit. Sure. Alright, Zumama, everything's ready to go. Are you sure? Of course I'm sure. Ah! Was it just me or were there people inside that thing when it got blasted? Are you sure about that? Did you see anyone get blasted? Huh. Guess not? Just my imagination then. Yeah, go look somewhere else. The ones you're looking for aren't here. Sure, thanks. Finally, the High Priest isn't the one to get exploded. I think this is what they call an abuse of power. They put me in a stew one time. I blew them up one time. Fair's fair. Where'd you send them? They wanted to go find Kaobe, so I sent them to her. That part's no lie. The smoke from the explosion clears, and the four find themselves experiencing the oddly familiar feeling of floating in midair. As they regain their senses, gravity begins to do its work. Surprisingly, it is Poshan village rushing up to meet them. Dawn watches them with a peculiar expression on her face. Ah! Help us! The four flail about in the air to no avail. However, it does not escape their notice that below them is not solid ground, but a near infinitely deep well. Instead of a cold, hard, and most likely fatal landing, they find themselves shooting straight into their hole of hope. A tad crude, but I guess that's how she will send them on their way. May we meet again someday. Did Kay run into the kitchen again? That she has. But she's been acting oddly this time around. How so? She's been unusually silent since her return. I'll go have a chat with her then. Hey. Hmm? Are you alright? You feel unwell? Don't know how to describe it. I've been feeling weird ever since I got back to the ship. If that's the case, why don't we go to medical together and let the doctors have a look? Don't wanna. Why not? I don't know why, but I feel like I should wait here by myself. Oh, alright then. Go get some rest, okay? Yeah. Huh? Ow. My butt. We're in a kitchen? Who are you? Get behind me, Amiya. Be careful, everyone. Looks like High Priest sent us somewhere where they're not too friendly. High Priest? Who are you? What was that? Came from the room Kay's resting in. Let's go take a look, quick. What's going on? They mentioned Kay. We should follow them. Oh, this is a nice place. What? What in the world? Is that you, Kay? Mommy. Hungry. What is going on here? Is this really the Kay we know? I can tell from her emotions that she's still Kay, the one we all know and love. She's still holding on, but she's about to lose control. Is this really Kay? Howls. I kind of wanted to do a howl there, but I don't want to disturb the people that I live with, who are probably, if not asleep, getting ready to sleep at this point. What a handsome hound! I didn't know you could do this kind of thing, Kay. Is this really the time for that? We need to get her to her senses. Yes? Based on what you just said, I suppose you came out of concern for Kay's condition, correct? Well, we came because we wanted to find a way back to our world, but we're still really worried for her. And let's save the questions for later and get her under control together. If we can't, then I'm afraid things will get far, far out of hand. Laios? Sure, we'll work together for now. Alright, so. Interesting to deploy Kay in this stage. I realized I didn't read the description for this level. Oh well. So. I feel weird. I want to eat this and that. One mouth isn't enough. I want to eat everything. Oh dear. Alright, so. Tryma, a giant hound with a rumbling tummy and 3 heads, each craving something different. Satisfy its picky palates to survive. Alright, this is going to be interesting. So. We want... What do we want?
I'm not scared.
Oh, there's not a defend point on this stage. Interesting. Okay. I'm not sure quite where to put Chilchuck then. This seems like a place where he's probably not going to get eaten. But will this be a place where
I'm listening.
our units can get slugs dealt with? Okay, those ones are not edible. Okay, so it looks like we want a slow operator even more than I thought, which is to say, at all. Okay, so Kay wants slug, and we don't have any slug, so that's a problem.
See you later.
Interesting, again, to deploy Kay on this stage, but... Alright, so... It does seem that if we don't get Kay the food that she desires, she will destroy us. Okay. So, Perfumer is probably a good choice.
Won't be afraid.
She's not going to be able to save Cruise, I don't think. But... Okay, now she wants berry slugs. Okay, if we deploy like so... If we deploy like so, we're still not going to have quite enough, I don't think. Especially because we just got stunned. This is also not going to work. Chilchuck is active, which I didn't expect. Alright, so... Oh, okay. Chilchuck got stunned by Tryma. Okay, okay. Okay, so we need to drastically rethink everything here.
Sorry. Did I mess up again?
Okay. So, this is just completely unlike anything we've ever encountered before in Arknights. Thank you for your hospitality. Time to dig in. So, I've always been talking about how this event has felt a lot more focused on problem solving and resource management, and we're really seeing that now. So yes, I think that we're going to need to have a good grasp of what exactly is going to happen basically in every stage of the mission.
We'll be right back.
Alright, skip. I don't think we can... yeah, it doesn't seem that there's any obvious way to skip this. Okay, but we've seen what happens before. I don't know that Chill Chuck is a great choice for this, but he's probably an okay choice.
Why can't
So
everyone
yes,
try
slowing
to get
some of the slugs in Chill Chuck's range would probably be good. Again, an early perfumer would also probably be quite useful.
I won't be afraid.
Yeah, these slugs over here, the actual enemy slugs, are not going to be any sort of problem, I don't think. Okay, this is exactly what we didn't want.
I won't sleep on the job.
Okay, so that's food. It's not a lot of food, but it is food. Oh, okay, we can do damage to Trimaw. I was thinking that that was not an option. Granted, I never really had a reason to think that.
Linda,
Oop.
what's the battle secret to the earth?
Alright, so we need any amount of food, basically, and we're getting none, so that's a big problem. Okay.
Did anybody get hurt?
So yes. So, first we need to deal with the lower level. I was thinking that we might be able to get away with just a single slug or something like that, but yeah, obviously that wouldn't be enough. So yeah, so we need more AoE damage probably. But we also need some way to make sure that these fellows get, you know, the damage applied to them. Yeah, to make sure that they remain in range long enough. This wouldn't do it, I don't think. Something like this potentially could.
We can't let them misuse a Vigium like this. Where are the enemies?
Something like this could be helpful. Yeah, again, we did establish that Trimaw is a valid target to be damaged. I don't know that Laios is a great choice here, given, you know... Cruz, please don't. We might need Laios to block this area. Well, I guess we can't. Okay, so... Alright, so we can slow all of them, but that's not going to be enough, I don't think. We need more food. Yeah, that's nowhere near enough. Marseille, maybe? Yeah, I guess we don't necessarily need to... Well, here's the thing. I was going to say we don't necessarily need to feed Trimaw every single time. But we really can't justify not having Trimaw fed when we easily could.
Let's go, everyone. I'll buy a round
All right.
ball when we're done.
These... We're gonna have to live with this a lot, aren't we? Yeah, Marseille I've been wanting to use Marseille, but I don't think that that's practical. At least not with the current skill that we have. I don't think that's going to be sufficient. Because she can't attack immediately is the problem. And I think she might just be a bit too expensive. Okay, so this will be something. This could actually work, actually. I don't know for certain that it will, but we're getting non-zero amounts of slugs, but that's not enough either. What do we need then? Do we need enough to actually cook? Oh no! We didn't have enough. We don't have enough mana. Oh dear. Okay, well. Okay. Well, at least Cruz can do this much. And Laios can maybe handle the rest? Oh, no. Not with that setup. What? Oh dear. Alright, Keabe is not happy. So. Okay. Okay. What do we need to do? What do we need to do is the question. Try Ma.
Sorry. Did I mess up again?
So yeah, so Tryma wants to eat particular things. Sticky pellets. Clears all ingredients in the really big pot at the start of each phase. Ingredients can only be added by defeating designated enemies. The current phase can be skipped by serving a really satisfying meal. Upon reaching the really big pot without it being subdued, if meal is not ready, deduct 1 life point. Okay. So yeah, so we do need to have enough food to cook. Takes less physical and arts damage based on the amount of ingredients in the really big pot. The fewer ingredients there are, the less damage is taken. Becomes enraged when HP drops below 50%, greatly increasing attack and movement speed, becoming immune to most control effects. Forcibly adding special ingredients to the pot will cause it to get angry and refuse the meal, immediately enraging it and causing it to take less physical and arts damage. Okay, this one, after several attacks, the next attack deals increased physical damage while lowering the target's defense. That one, Howl of Hunger, lets out an ear-splitting howl, stunning nearby allies and immediately waking all berry slugs and fruit slugs on the field. And Chow Time, Flame of Gluttony, shoots flames at a designated target, dealing increasing arts damage over time. If the target leaves the field, it triggers an explosion at the target's former location, dealing significant arts damage. So, special ingredients can't be added directly. We need it to eat specific things. And that means that we need to... Do we need to kill it, is the thing. Do we need to kill Tryma? Yes. Do we need to kill Tryma? Okay. I started this too early because I didn't think about what we were doing beforehand. Yeah, again, Marseille is not a bad option necessarily, but she's not good for the particular circumstances that we're working with. Or rather, her current skill is not what we need, because we need to be able to deploy quickly. So yes, so Summon Familiar is out. Cowardly Kensuke is really strong. Gives Laios quite a lot of attack. I guess it's not that much attack. 30%. 30% is non-negligible, but it's not that high. I was thinking that it was higher than it was. Intimidation tactics could be better. Whoops. Yes, intimidation tactics could be better for this circumstance. I definitely think improvisation is better for this because we want things to be killed, and lockpicks does not make things be killed. Monster meals for many could allow us to substitute for... Yes, could be used as a substitute for AoE healing. Plus it will give mana, and if we're using Marcial's first skill, then mana is something that is valuable to us. So yes, it feels a little bit not thematically appropriate to be using Keibe on our team for this specific mission. So I'm willing to swap her out. Or rather, I'm not as dedicated to having her on the team as I was beforehand. We still need to be able to take out specific foes on demand, though. And so I think that we might still be in a situation where we either need to use Kirin Ariyato or raise up another Executor. Because I don't really see another great way to get a lot of damage on the field. But again, if we do this properly, we probably won't need that much. Getting Marcial out faster is going to be a huge priority for us. We might want another Vanguard then, honestly. We've been running just one for a long time and had a good deal of success with it, but I don't think it's going to be enough. So yes, Myrtle. I think we're going to want... Do we want Healing Wings? I don't think we need the healing that bad.
There's a mission? I want to go!
Myrtle, Cruz. Cruz has good DPS without much cost, so I think she's going to stay. Honeyberry is fine. Earth Spirit is fine. Earth Spirit's probably pretty valuable, honestly. The problem, though, is... This is definitely a very dynamic sort of situation, and I don't know if... Yeah, I don't know how to deal with this sort of thing. Again, the fact that we're not defending a specific spot, but trying to take out specific enemies at specific times, is just completely not how the game usually works. Add to that fact the fact that we are constantly losing health over time, and everything's just very complicated. So, Bill Chuck. Bill Chuck. Cruz? And Earth Spirit? I don't know that we... Well, this is probably an okay place to put... Well, no, we could do better. We could do better. Here's probably better. Okay, so, with all this... I don't know that Myrtle's necessarily a great pick for this situation, but she's definitely a pick for the situation. Alright, so... We can start filling up the cooking pot. We can't necessarily resolve all of these issues, but we can definitely help. Okay, more deployment points. So, stopping... Alright. Destroy. Kill. Please. This isn't going to be enough, I don't think. Yeah, not enough. So... Do we deploy Marseille earlier? Cruz might not have been valuable enough in that specific situation. Because yes, we need those slugs taken out very fast. Yeah, Cruz's cost to value ratio may not be sufficient for this. Yeah, again, for this specific circumstance.
It's time. We should be departing any moment now.
Yes, I don't... Yeah, Marseille and Earth Spirit is probably kind of good. The Earth Spirit can only block one enemy at a time. Or can only slow one enemy at a time unless we mess with things quite a bit. Part of the problem is that she tends to... Yeah, the enemy that she tends to slow tends to be Tri-Maw, which we don't necessarily want. Alright. Will this be sufficient? I mean, that's one. And this is Marseille on the field. Okay, so that's 2 down. So, Perfumer... Do we want Chuck in Perfumer's range, or do we want to be able to cover both lanes? I think both lanes is probably better. Alright. So, we can do a little bit more damage. We can also block some of them to... Okay, we can slow all of them, and we can block some of them, which will help a lot. But you're still not killing fast enough. Unless... So, we're not... We'll stop this for now. Now I'm curious. Can we block... Ooh, I don't like this. Anyway, can we block the creature? Yes, actually. I'd been working under the assumption that we could, but that is erroneous, actually. So never mind. Yes. So yeah, so actually, Kayabe is immensely valuable for this purpose. So yes, other than that though, I suppose we'll want to deploy another defender. Oh, nope, there we go. So the flower is going to be a problem. This doesn't help Marseille. Okay, that's unfortunate. Laios, please do something? I don't know what we can really expect out of him, but we can do something. Very good. Excellent. Beautiful. But this is not enough to... Yeah. Yeah, we needed the slugs killed faster is the thing. How much do we need for the cook pot at this point? Not a tremendous amount, but... Okay, well... Alright. Oh dear. That's quite... Oh dear. Huh. That is quite... Huh. Huh. Well, okay. So, we've learned something else important, which is that we can, in fact, block the dog.
Cover our retreat.
Normally,
Don't
you
worry,
walk the dog.
I've done this a bunch of
Anyway, we
times.
can block the dog, which will buy us a lot of time, and especially so if we put a defender in a position to be able to defend. I don't know if Trima is vulnerable. Okay, here we go. Trima, it doesn't say specifically. Yeah, it doesn't say that Trima is specifically immune to fear, so I don't have any reason to assume that it can't be feared. I certainly fear it now, but rather, I don't have any reason to believe it can't be inflicted with fear, which could be a game changer. Okay,
Listen,
so
everyone.
we've got a fair amount figured out here, but I think the biggest difference is just going to be the fact that we now know that we can block Trima. I don't know, well, okay. I say I don't know why I expected that you wouldn't be able to block Trima, but we also didn't have any reason to believe that you could, so, you know, I think it's fair either way.
I won't be afraid.
You know, it's not presented as being something to block. Yes. I guess maybe I switched a little too hard into puzzle-solving mode. And so it was foolish of me to assume that I wouldn't be able to block it at all. Yeah, not enough there.
Anyone hungry?
So Gummy's stuns
Stay calm, my friend.
and her self-healing might be enough to carry us through. It might not, also, but it's worth trying at least.
I'm listening.
We're still not getting the food we need, though. But, oh, actually, this is quite bad.
Fighting. That's some of my specialty.
Well, actually, no, this isn't terribly bad. Like, the explosive slugs are going to be there, but we don't care about them, really. Because it's not like they're going to explode on their own.
Everyone, hang in there.
We are kind of at a stalemate. Oh, dear.
Get a hold of your breathing.
Well, I'm not quite sure what to make of all this. Okay, we do have more slugs coming. Okay, very good. Everything is perfect. Yes. We should be able to cook with this. Okay. Laios might not survive a whole lot longer, but he will survive. I'm confident of that much.
I've got a way to treat you here.
Yes. And with... I don't like that. Because when that slug explodes, we are going to have basically our entire backline there collapse. Or maybe not. Alright, Laios can now do intimidation tactics again. Okay. Okay, and now that the cook pot is full, we can finally let the dog out. Okay, so we need to think of this in phases, I suppose.
Get a hold of your breathing and relax.
We probably... Well,
大丈夫。私に任せて。
how long can we do this, actually? Now I'm curious. Surely this won't let me maintain the defense indefinitely, right? That would seem strange.
You here.
Oh. Oh, okay. Interesting. Hmm.
There you are.
Alright, well, one way or the other, though, we're now in a bit of a weird spot. Hmm. So yes.
No
Hmm.
matter what trouble we're in, I'll face it together with all of you.
So, we need
Linda.
fairy slugs taken care of. Oh, actually, right. We established previously that we can just use Fire Whistle to do that. I don't have any reason to believe that would, well, that's a bit of a problem, but
Let's burn him up.
if we deploy Gummy like so, that probably won't be enough to yeah. And with that, the thread of prophecy is severed, but we've got an idea of how things work now. We've got an idea of how we can get through this at the very least.
Here's something yummy for you.
Hmm. Unfortunate that, but okay, the flowers are going to be a problem.
There
Unless they decide to eat the golem, which they did not. Kind of just grasping at straws here, so. So yes. Hold on. Oh, it got all its health back. Okay, so maybe defeating the boss is kind of a emergency backdoor exit in case things go really bad.
but I won't let it discourage me.
It does feel almost like we could probably hold it in place and just defeat it eventually. I don't know that that's a good idea. I don't know that that's a good idea, but it seems like something that could work. Alright, we have completed all of the doodles and gotten one Originite Prime. Nice. What does Kay have to say? She has nothing to say. I was going to see if she had anything to say about Trimop, but it would seem not. We've got a lot of things in here that are not covered. I suppose they're maybe in the extra stages? But yes. So yeah, so that was a pretty decent information gathering run. So now I'm curious. Do we want to... I'm curious what our priority is. Like, are we trying to just feed Trimah, or are we trying to defeat Trimah? You know, it said feed its satisfy its picky palates to survive. So yeah. That's the question, though. Are we going for just pure problem solving, or are we trying to defeat the boss? Well, okay. That's the thing, though. Like, we've encountered bosses in a lot of these levels, but never have we ever seen a boss that was treated as a boss properly. You know, there was... Well, I guess we haven't seen that many bosses, but, you know, in Jungle Detox 2, we encountered a boss. It's not a boss. Or rather, we don't need to defeat High Priest to survive. Or to win, even. But yeah, we didn't need to defeat Big Bob in Originium Slug Ranch. Anything like that. Yeah, I don't think we encountered any bosses in these other stages. But anyway, so with all of the bosses previously, defeating them was completely optional. So I'm thinking that it's probably the same on this stage. Yeah, I think... Okay. So I'm thinking what we want to prioritize going forward is we want to try to hold off the beast until such time as we are able to... until such time as we are able to feed it, essentially. That is what we want to do. So we need to have a solid defensive formation to be able to accomplish that. Yes, we want to hold off the beast. We want to be able to ensure that it gets fed and that everything goes well with that. Once it is ready to eat, it can go just past our defenses and we don't need to worry about it any further. But yes, up until then, though, we need to make sure that it is being stopped. Then we can have other units who are hunting, so to speak, to get ingredients otherwise. Yes, and I'm assuming if we do this enough times, possibly 3, if we do this enough times, then we will win. And again, I'm thinking that defeating Trimaw is either an optional condition for victory, or it's not a condition for victory at all, and doing so will just cause it to respawn, basically. But yes, I think that the intended solution here is to try and make sure that we can cook the appropriate meals. What have we encountered vis-a-vis enemies here? Okay, we have encountered every enemy on the stage, so I don't need to worry about drone jump scares or anything of that sort. Okay, so we've done some good thinking. So, let's wrap up. But yes, so we are on the final course of our 8-course meal. And it has been quite a wild ride so far. I'm very glad you have joined me for it. But yes, I thank you for being here tonight. If you have any raid suggestions, I would be delighted to hear them, as always. And so, let's see, what else? Yes, so again, tomorrow, Atelier Yumiya. Yeah, not a whole lot else to be said on that. What I was checking earlier was I had looked earlier at the page, and I saw that it was set to release. The game was set to release in like 1 day and 12 or 11 hours earlier today, something like that. So I was starting to worry a little bit if it would be released like on time for me to start streaming it. And it might not be. I mean, it will be released in time, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 21 hours from now, it says on Steam. So yeah, I believe it should be... I don't know if that's rounding up or down, because it is about 10:30 right now. But yes, anyway, let's assume... Yeah, I don't know. Earlier, when I looked at it, it was like something around 23 hours or so. When I looked at it at around when we started, which was... What was that, 2 hours ago? Yes. Of course, it makes sense that if you take a 23-hour timer and you add 2 hours to it, then it's 23 hours. But anyway, so we started, roughly 8:30, and it said 23 hours then. So, worst case scenario, the game should be unlocked at around... Yeah, the worst case scenario, the game should be unlocked around 8 or maybe 9. These things can get delayed sometimes, or can get slightly off timing sometimes. But I think worst case scenario, the game should be available to play at 8. I think if I order it, I should be able to download it. I should be able to download it before then. And even if I can't, well, I don't know that I'll have the... I don't know. My download speed is pretty good, but it's not as though it's perfect or anything like that. I could maybe leave my computer on while I'm at work, perhaps? Yeah, I guess it depends on whether like, to what degree they let me preload. Because I don't know for sure that they will let me preload at all, necessarily. But yeah. I don't know if that's preloading is just a thing that Steam does, or if that's a thing that publishers can do at their option, or anything of the sort. But yeah, anyway, so one way or the other, it's extremely unlikely that we'll be completely unable to play Atelier Yumiya tomorrow. But yes, it's possible that if in a very bad scenario, we could potentially be delayed somewhat, but it's also possible that we won't be, so we shall see. Anyway. So yes, so a whole lot was said there that didn't cause the business to be done. So, tomorrow, Atelier Yumiya, Friday, Saturday, as necessary, we will be playing Arknights until such time as we clear this event. Now that we've got a pretty good understanding of what we're doing, we probably shouldn't need that many more attempts. And we will need some more. We will need more. I don't think I'm right on the verge of a solution like I think I was with healthy snacks or anything like that. But yes, I don't think we're right on the verge of a solution, but I do think that we are very solidly within striking distance of being able to figure out a few things here. But yes, really it's a matter of learning each wave and how to deal with them. Sick. And so yeah, again, we'll see how many waves it takes. 3 seems like the reasonable option to assume, because it specifically points out, it has three heads, each with different tastes, and you need to satisfy them to survive. But yes. I'm still interested in the damage thing. I suppose it is possible that... What's the word I'm looking for? I suppose it is possible that the creature could, we could feed it 3 times and then we have the real boss fight with it or something to that nature. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think that beating the boss is the intended solution. I do think that defeating it in a straight up fight is a solution. Yes, a solution that is probably built into the game to some extent. But I don't think that that is the way to solve this specific problem. I think that we are just meant to feed it until such time as it no longer desires to be fed, basically. So, anyway. Did I say anything about times? I'm sorry, I've been wrapped up in this stage quite a bit. So yes, so, tonight has been Arknights. Tomorrow will be Atelier Yumiya, 9:30 p.m. Central Time. Potential for delays and whatnot if the download and or preload or anything like that is any sort of weird. Yes, Friday will definitely be more Arknights because we haven't cleared the event yet. Saturday will likely be more Arknights as well. And I might do some extra streaming on Saturday to make sure that we can get through the event. Because I was thinking that we had a little bit more time left than we really do. Because the event ends on the 24th, yes, but it ends on the 24th at 3:59 a.m., which is a time that I will be asleep. So, we don't have like a whole other week to get through this. We do need to figure this out and get through it, before the end of this week. So, anyway, I think I said something maybe about raid suggestions at some point, but I'm not seeing any. So, once again, if you have any, here's your last minute opportunity to chime in. Otherwise, I will find a target on my own. Yes. Again, really liking the event. Really liking the event. I know one thing, a criticism that some people have leveled towards the characters in it at the very least, is that I don't know, like a lot of people I've seen have been saying that they're a little bit upset that the collaboration operators aren't tremendously powerful, which I can understand. I do think that that's kind of a good thing for the health of the game, in theory, because the thing about collaboration operators is there's not necessarily any guarantee that they will always be available, But yes, being able to have the Dungeon Meshi event again, the Delicious in Dungeon event again, is contingent on, to some degree, licensing and things like that. Yeah, there's no guarantee that they'll be able to run this event again after it has ended. So, if the operators in it were too good, to the point where the developers might want to balance the game around them to some extent, then that would be a problem for everyone who didn't play the game during this specific period of time and get these specific characters, But yes, it would be fun, of course, if, you know, every operator was just like amazing and everything like that, but we can't necessarily rely on that, you know? But yeah, some operators are just not going to be meta-defining, and I think if we're going to have operators that are not meta-defining, ones that we can't guarantee are always going to be available in the game are probably the best ones to have not be meta-defining. Because there are, you know, other operators that are, you know, purely Arknights operators that are limited, but the only thing that makes them limited is the fact that, you know, the developers chose to have them only available during some banners. And they come back around pretty often, at least twice a year, as I understand it. But yes, they come back pretty often. And again, licensing issues are never going to prevent them from being available. Anyway, so no raid suggestions, and I've waited out the ads and all that. So, tonight, we shall go, before I do much more rambling, we shall go and raid Physicist, who is playing some Minecraft right now. It looks to be modded. I know that I've seen him do a few different mods, or a few different mod packs. And I was going to say I wasn't sure if this was, I wasn't sure if this was one of the ones that I've seen him play before, but it says new mod pack, so I'm guessing it's probably not. But yes, so Physicist, the customary raid message is, as always, we have arrived. But yes, and again, I do intend to ramble and give my thoughts on the event more later, but I want to do that at the end of the event, as is customary. So, raid message has been sent, business has been discussed, game balance has been touched on, event raid is set up. So, thank you all for being here tonight. I hope that you have had a fine night. I hope that you will continue to have a fine night every night, and I hope that you will be well until the next time I see you. Thank you all very much, and farewell. Let us get this raid underway.